New this morning, the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium recently made a pretty big announcement: the appointment of Greg Lips as the zoo's first conservation biologist. The goal of this new position is to, as they put it, move the needle on saving species locally and globally.
We are really excited because in 100 years of the Columbus Zoo, we've never had somebody with the title conservation biologist. And we're all about conservation. We are empowering people, saving wildlife, and to do that it takes conservation. We're looking at ways that we, working with the community and others, can save wildlife. And the role of the conservation biologist is really to look at that and figure out the best ways to do that.
And Greg Lips has spent a lifetime preparing for this role.
My entire life has been running around looking under rocks. This is my life dream, to be focused on wildlife conservation, to be rounding up the resources and the partners to make things happen.
With a big focus on our own backyard.
Ohio is kind of a biodiversity hotspot. You know, we have more fish species in our Scioto River than entire European countries do. We have more mussel species in the Columbus area than continents have. We have an incredible diversity. Our turtle diversity is really great. So we have a responsibility to that because we are the keepers of that, biodiversity, and it's important that we make sure that it's well cared for and managed so that it isn't gone for future generations.
How can we lead on saving species in other parts of the world if we don't take care of our own backyard? There are a lot of conservation issues that may not be solved in our lifetime, but if we can plant the seed, if we can get a new generation of conservation biologists, or if we could get people to go home and create wildlife habitat, no matter where you are or where you live or what your background is, you can play a role in saving wildlife. And what could be better than that?
Yeah, it's really cool to see how the zoo is trying to expand on what they already do. You know, as we were talking, they have so many different conservation projects going on. This conservation biologist can kind of really bring all that together, look at the evidence, and then they can start to create these best practices that will help at the zoo, help in Central Ohio, and then help beyond.
Yeah, exactly. I love that their research, they share it with, other zoos and other, natural resource places, and it's just a wealth of knowledge, and it's very cool that we're like a kind of like an epicenter for that here.
Yeah, Greg actually is a full-time employee at the Ohio State University. He's kind of their like reptile and amphibian guy.
Oh, cool.
So that partnership expands. He's the one that really kind of led the charge on the hellbender conservation, which we've talked about a lot here. So great to have him in that role, and exciting to see what will come from it.